Alright, what's up, yo? We are at McAlpine Park. We're about to do some meal prep. I've never meal prepped at the park before, so this is going to be a new experience. We got new pans. Because the ones I had were like camping stuff, and it just isn't fun to cook with. This one makes it a lot easier. Seasoning. Got a new knife. Oh, that's right. I need to go get the cutting board. We're just gonna do turkey and rice and vegetables. Super simple. Just gotta cook the turkey. I'm gonna mix in some ground beef to make it taste a little better. I've never tried that before. Yeah, and then jasmine rice and frozen vegetables. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook the meat here in the part, and then we're gonna put it in these containers and take it in the van, and then we're gonna cook the rice and put it in the container, and then we'll go in the van and weigh everything out and make our meal prepping stuff. Started opening up this stuff that I got. Alright, I just went and grabbed the cutting board. Had to get a lot of stuff. Jasmine rice. Make that whole box. We're gonna do, I don't know, between 8 and 10 meals. Along with, we'll have dinner tonight probably. Got this little measuring cup. This is really convenient for me in the van because of how small it is, and then it also doubles as a cup where like you can mix stuff in it. Vegetables, seasoning. We just got like garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, paprika. Alright, sorry about that. I had to go get some water. Alright, so we're gonna do 3 cups of water. Alright, that's 3 cups of water. I'm gonna light this grill with this freaking lighter. Alright, turn right on. Oh, wait first. Pull the sticker off the pan. Holy crap. Probably would end up getting glued on there or something. So there's no more stickers. Alright, so we just need to bring this to a boil, add the rice, turn it off. Easy peasy. We'll just do that. We'll do it one at a time because we don't have a lot of room on here. And then I can just start organizing this stuff here. Took all the little things off of here. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I didn't have any seasoning or anything. Most of the time when I meal prep, I'm like at a friend's house, and I just use their stuff. Yeah, I've always wanted to try and do this. It's just nice to know that I could do it myself and that I don't need to depend on other people or, like be a burden. Because, everyone's like, oh, it's fine, it's no problem or whatever, but it ends up being a hassle. They can't go in their kitchen for a couple hours, and it's just a lot. So we're gonna try to make it work on it running out here. Jesus Christ. But again, it's super simple. We're just browning meat and making instant rice. So you can basically do this anywhere. There's no reason that I need to be inside of a nice house to be able to do this. I can do this right here at the park. I'll probably take these dishes into the gym later tonight and get them all washed up. But the gym manager is really cool with me, and there's not too many people there on the weekend, so it's not like a super big deal. I'll just bring them in plastic bags and just go right in the bathroom and, you know, make sure I don't make a mess or anything, and it's not obvious that that's what happened, and we're all good. Salt and pepper shakers. Again, even after a year and a half, I don't have salt and pepper in my van because most of my food is pre-made, or, you know, I'm at a gas station or something, and I just kind of utilize the services that are available to me without spending money as much as I possibly can. And I really wanted to have these with lids. For cooking outside, you know, I don't want as minimal, as much as we can minimize the bugs getting in our food and stuff. Supposed to be 7, but everything's been 6. That's 2. Yeah, it's gonna barely be 3, so I'm glad I only did 3 cups of water. We'll get that done, get that off, and then we'll start making the ground meat. It's a really beautiful day out today. It was really chilly this morning, but it's like super nice now. It's in the 70s. But we got our running done super early this morning, so that we had time to go shopping and get all this meal prep stuff going. So yeah, we'll probably be back at the gym around like 6 or 7 tonight. I'm gonna get these meals portioned out, and we're gonna go back to the other van, and that's where I'm gonna store all the meals. I don't have room in my fridge, so we're gonna put them in the second fridge in the work van, and then that way we have meals on us for lunch and stuff. We're doing these turkey and rice meals, and then we're also gonna do it's like proteins, like oatmeal, yogurt, kind of protein powder mix. But we'll make a video in the van, kind of mixing stuff up and getting the food ready for the week. And we'll basically have all of our meals covered for the whole week coming up. I won't have to spend any money, won't have to wait around trying to find stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I love having my meals ready. Probably spent about on the meal prep stuff, probably about $70, $80, but that's because I had to get the pans and stuff that I didn't have. But just on the food alone, well, actually, I would say about 100. I'd say probably 50 on the food by itself. We also got stuff to do the breakfast protein stuff too. Dump the rice in, got 1, 2 cuts, and then the rest of this is about 1.25 cups. That should be fine. I put a little bit of extra water. We'll just add a splash more while it's still boiling, and then just mix up and get it off the damn heat. Okay, that's how easy that is. Put the lid on it, and then we'll set that right here on the table. Ow, that's hot. I knew it was gonna be hot. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's annoying. Ants are annoying. Why is this side not hot? Because that side's not clean. Tested it too, and it's still burning my finger. Oh, right there. That's good. Now, that'll just finish on its own. I don't have to do nothing else to it. Definitely burned my finger on that. That hurts. Alright. Now. Top peel off. We got 6 pounds of turkey and 2 pounds of ground beef. Got 93 turkey and 80-20 ground beef. So the ground beef is supposed to make it taste significantly better. I've never tried this before. Usually I just use straight turkey. So hopefully this works out good. Get this onion diced up. And what we'll do, I don't know how much meat I can fit in that. I think I can do 3 pounds at a time. So we'll do, or I can do like 4. So we'll do 3 pounds of turkey and 1 pound of ground beef and half the vegetables. And then we'll cook that all up, throw it in the container, and then kind of repeat the process. Heat it up a little, and we'll go ahead and add some onions, about half, add some peppers, about half, a little more than half. Alright, so we'll do the vegetables a little bit, and then we'll add meat and seasonings and stuff to start cooking everything. Alright, the first round of meat mix is almost ready. I'm not seeing any more pink. We are going to have to strain it though, so I'm glad I have that strainer because there's a lot of freaking grease in here. I am not about that. But here, we're going to try this ground beef turkey with the cooked vegetables in it. Okay. Okay. It's really good. I feel like it needs more seasoning. So we're gonna just add a little bit more of everything. I don't do this very often, so I don't have a ton of experience. I do it when I can, but it's few and far between these days. That's why I'm taking the initiative to just start doing it at the park myself, so that I don't have to depend on other people. Not that it's not nice to have help from others. It's nice to be self-reliant and not actually need people. So that's kind of part of the mission that we're out here trying to accomplish, living in the van, is not relying on other people. Alright, we're getting this second meat mixture cooked up. And then we'll get everything in the van and we'll go back to the gym and we'll do our meal prep there probably. And we'll go over like the macros and everything. strain this meat out. There's a lot of grease in there from the 80-20 beef. I just like to strain as much out as possible. Glad I got this little strainer. It's really convenient. I didn't even think about this. Probably would have had to try to do it with the lid or something. Alright, so grab this little handle and kind of push the meat down. Get the drip out. People are kind of looking at me crazy, but it's fine. The guy could walk by, he's like, "Hey, are you cooking?" I'm like, "Yeah, I sure am. Getting my meals ready for the week." It's a beautiful day out here. Oh yeah, squeeze all that grease out. We don't want that. We just want the meat. We don't want that grease. It's disgusting. Give it a couple more presses, and then we'll go ahead and add it to our meat mixture. See, we got our first round of meat here. Go ahead and add that to it. Should be exactly enough to fill up this container. This is 6 pounds of turkey and about 2.5 pounds of ground beef. So you lose a lot when you cook it. So it's probably between 6 and 7 pounds of meat right now, which would be enough to make about 10 to 12 meals. We'll see how much. Maybe we'll go with 10 ounces of this mixture. But yeah, we'll figure that out in the van, and we'll get the macros together. We'll get our breakfast bowls going. But yeah, it's just pretty cool doing meal prep in the park. We'll see you in the van. Alright, we're back in the van. We just pulled up to the gym. We're going to start measuring these out. Got this little measuring cup here. So this is a quarter cup, so this is going to be kind of a pain in the butt, but it's fine. So we're going to do, normally a serving of rice is a cup, so we're going to do 3/4 of a cup. Because I've been finding my meals have too much rice lately. So 3/4 of a cup of rice, and then we'll get cauliflower rice. Where is that? Kind of a mess in here because I got my dishes all stacked up by the door. Once we're done with everything, we'll probably wait until after later tonight, and then we'll go in the gym and do the dishes. So this serving on this is 1 cup. So we'll probably do half a cup. We're just trying to add some volume. Quarter. Half. And a little bit more. I just want to have enough to put in each meal. So that side. And we have broccoli and cauliflower mix. This is 4 3/4, so we'll do half a cup cup again. It's kind of hard to measure with these bigger vegetables. Sort of guesstimate. Half a cup of that one. And then got just regular frozen veggies. I like this. I like the peas and stuff in here. The corn. Regular veggies. 3 scoops. 3/4 of a cup. Got a bunch extra in there, so we'll just do 2 on that. And then the meat mix, we're doing 10 ounces. We'll go ahead and tear the scale. Got it down to 0. Scoop. This meat mix is really good with the onions and peppers, and you know, the fact that it's basically 1 part beef and 2 parts turkey, or it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So there's 6 pounds of turkey and 2 pounds of beef. That is 7.5 ounces. 9.3. Nice little scoop. 9.8. 9.9 is close enough. Alright, and then those fit exactly in these containers. These are basically like the same exact meals that I've made the last time, but this time there's less rice and more meat, so higher protein, and I can eat the whole thing because I can't eat all that rice. So we're gonna go ahead and switch to a time lapse, get through the rest of these meals, and then once we got them all portioned up, we're gonna drive to the other van and we're gonna load all these in my second fridge because I don't have enough room to store all these meals. All right, we're gonna get these meals done, and then we're gonna do our yogurt protein bowls. So we'll just kind of run through a time lapse of that, and then we'll cut to the van, get these meals put away, and then we'll come back and we'll sort of talk about the macros and stuff before we go to the gym. So should be cool. All right, we just finished up with these meals. We got 8 meals total. We ended up with some extra meat mixture, so I got like 2 extra pounds. And I have little cups, like microwave cups of rice, so I can make meals on the fly if I need to. These are gonna go in my work van, so I'll probably have these for lunch, maybe have them for dinner sometimes. We'll probably just like make my own meals for dinner for now. And just try to eat stuff out of the van to kind of switch things up. So we're gonna get these put away and we're gonna get switched over to get our protein oatmeal bowls. We're gonna make like 6 of those, so we'll have that for breakfast every morning. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get everything set up for that. All right, so we got all the stuff together that we need to make our protein oatmeal bowls. We're gonna start off with some Greek non-fat yogurt. We got the scale on grams and it's all zeroed out. So we're gonna go ahead and do 170 grams. This non-fat yogurt. This kind of just acts like a base, adds a lot of protein, and it just basically takes on the flavor of the protein powder. So try to get it as close as we can. 172 grams. And then the kefir, we're gonna add about 90 grams, which should translate to about 3/4 of a cup. Put that right there. This kind of thins it out, adds probiotics, more protein. I like the way it tastes. And then we'll go ahead and mix in protein powder, 1 scoop. This peanut butter cup rise protein. Really tasty stuff. That's basically what it's gonna taste like. The calories on this is at 550 is the calories. There's 12 grams of fat and 55 carbs and 55 protein. So get this mixed up, and then we'll go ahead and add the oatmeal and chia seeds. It's going to add a lot of carbs and some healthy fats. Yeah, and this will kind of be our breakfast for the week. We'll have this in the morning, and then we'll have the turkey and rice meals for lunch, or like the pre-workout meal or dinner, or just however that ends up working out. But either way, we're going to end up eating those. So I just like to get this mostly combined before I add the oatmeal, because it can get a little difficult. So we'll zero that out again. We're going to add 40 grams of oatmeal into the bowl, and then we'll add the last 5 grams after it's all mixed up and done, so they kind of sit on top and add like a crunch even like days later. It has a nice texture to it. 2 teaspoons of the chia seeds. These are going to kind of absorb the same way the oatmeal is. Just take on those flavors and nice healthy fats and carbs and all the good stuff that you need. These really keep me full for a long period of time. Sometimes it can be in sometimes it can take me until after lunch before I eat something. So if I eat this in the morning, I know I'm covered on everything. I don't have to worry whether or not I'm getting enough. Get that really mixed up good. So you can see it's really runny right now, but as it sits overnight, the oatmeal and the chia seeds are going to absorb a lot of the moisture, and it's going to get really, really thick. This is really good. Like, slice up a banana. I like to try and put fresh fruit in it in the morning. It's really good stuff. So we got that done. We'll go ahead and add our little topping, 5 grams. Just give it some texture. So yeah, anyways, we'll go ahead and get the rest of these meals done, and then we'll head to the other van and get everything put away. Alright, we're heading to the storage. Got all my meals done and packaged up. Go put them in our secondary fridge. I don't have a lot of space. If I put meal prep in this fridge, then I don't have any room for fruit or snacks or anything like that. So having the 2 fridges really works out good. And then I just have my meals ready to go when I'm at work, and that makes that easy as well. And then, you know, if I want to have one for dinner, I'll just take one home with me. So yeah, we're kind of in a hurry. Storage doesn't let anyone in after 10, so it's 9 o'clock right now. So we need to hurry up and get there and get these meals put away before the gate is locked for the night. It would be nice not to have to worry about meals this week. Save us some money and save us, you know, the headache of trying to calculate meals and carbs and protein and all that stuff. You know, I know these meals are good. This is exactly what I need. So that's what I like about the meals. Yeah, I can live a very repetitive lifestyle. It doesn't bother me at all. I can eat the same thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. If it fits my macros and it works, it's good. And then I just switch things up if I need to. There's nothing wrong with the frozen meals at the grocery store. You just gotta choose wisely. There's a lot of healthy options now with the GLP-1 friendly meals and stuff like that. They're not too high in sodium, which isn't really too much of a concern for me, but the same time, I don't want to be taking in 3,000 milligrams of sodium, and some of those meals have like 50, 60 plus grams of fat. You really got to be careful. But I gravitate towards the like the lean cuisine, healthy choice meals are pretty affordable too. And then I've been getting the smart ones a lot lately. Those are the really small packaged ones. They're on sale. They end up coming out to be like $1.50. You can get like turkey and mashed potatoes. It's pretty good. The macros are insane. It's like 190 calories, 19 grams of protein, very low fat. So these are geared towards people that are dieting. It just works out good for me when they're on sale because it's just easy, quick protein, very easy. But I do prefer to be able to make my own meals. So we're gonna try and get back to that now that we've done the meal prep at the park for the first time. That was pretty easy. It took me a little longer than I would have liked, but I think it was just getting set up for the first time and trying to record stuff. So we'll get better at that. Next week should go a lot more smoothly because we'll have like a system down. Yeah, we're not going to switch it up or anything. Probably just stick with the turkey and rice. I really do like the added beef to that, so that's going to be nice for the meals going through the week, just to have a little bit of change, a little change, and maybe some more flavor. That definitely tastes really good. So yeah, I'm gonna go get these put away. Just sitting here in traffic. So this is actually a good representation. This whole video, I was pulling out of the gym parking lot, and so you can see how far, how close these places really are together. If it wasn't for the traffic, we'd already be there. It's just we have to sit at like 4 different lights to get from the gym to the storage. Yeah, it's less than a mile. You can walk there if you want. I don't do that very often. I wish I did. Sometimes I think about that, but the reality is I have too much stuff that I have to transfer between vans for it to be feasible for that. Even just like a one-off every once in a while type situation. It's never ever been convenient. But at some point, I'm sure there'll be a time where I just leave the van at the gym and I walk to the storage. Or if anything ever happens where the van breaks down or something, I don't ever have to depend on other people. Everything's right here. Like, I can figure it out myself. I also have really good coverage with State Farm for, like, roadside assistance. And I've never used it, so we just kind of always have that in the bank if I ever need help with dead battery, changing a tire, because changing tires on these bigger vehicles, it's a lot harder than people realize. It's not like a small car. This thing weighs a lot. It's really big, and it's really weird. It's an odd shape, so once you get it off the ground, it's really dangerous, and I'm not comfortable doing that myself. So I'd much rather have a professional come out and change the tire for me, make sure everything's good. So we've got that. There's nothing to worry about there. I do have I have one of those rechargeable battery jump start things. That's brand new. I've never even used it. I've just charged it up and tested it, make sure that it's good. And it has an air inflator too, so I have that in my storage if I ever need it. I have like an extra gas can and stuff. I try to cover any and all possible emergency situations, like anything that I could think of that could go wrong. I just try to make sure that I have a bunch of contingency plans for that. When we first started this van life, we were actually living in the paint van. We weren't living in this van. So we know how to. I know how to make things work. I don't need the fanciest setup in the world. At the end of the day, I can just have a little cot pulled out just about anywhere, and I'm perfectly fine. So, it's nice having this van. But if anything ever did happen to it, it's not going to be a huge bump in the road for me. We'll just get back to stuffing everything in the paint van until we figure something else out. And you know. Anyways, we're here at the storage. Oh, I can't reach. I gotta get out. Oh. We'll come through this gate. I went ahead and paid my storage fees through the end of the year. Trying to get as many of my bills paid through the year as I can. I just paid my insurance for 6 months. I paid my phone bill for a year. I don't have a gym membership due until next September, so that's like a year and a half. But yeah, I'm trying to set this up to where if something happened with work or whatever, you know, and I'm not freaking out and trying to take a shitty job that I don't want. I just, you know, want to be able to get by. So yeah, I'm kind of foolproof in my life for the future so that I can live an easier life. Pulling up to this van. Gotta pull down these giant hills to get out here. Pulling down this bumpy road. This place is a little creepy at night, but the gate's gonna be locked in an hour, so there won't be anybody else here for the rest of the night. There is our second van. We're gonna go ahead and load these meals into the fridge. Let's pull up on this on the right side here. All right, we'll go ahead and get these meals put away, and then we'll get back to the gym. All right, we got all our meals put away. We got 8 turkey and rice meals, and we got 4 of the protein oatmeals for breakfast. I got 1 in my other fridge we're gonna have for tomorrow for breakfast. And then I went ahead and threw some protein bars in here that I got on sale today. It's getting to be that time of year where I can't keep protein bars out. I gotta keep them in the fridge, so we're gonna go ahead and put those in the work fridge. Just they're nice to have at work. You can see our battery system here. We got the Jackery 2000 chilling at 86%. I haven't plugged this in a few days. It's just going off of the solar. So this should definitely last the weekend, if not through most of the week, and then I'll get it plugged in during the week while I'm working. And then I have this backup 500 in case it dies. Keep that fully charged. And then if this one dies, when I get to the van in the morning, I just plug this one in. This one has a fast charge system, so this can be fully recharged in like 2 hours. This one, it's a little different, but it's still good to have for the backup. Yeah, so yeah, anyways, that was meal prep at the park. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the gym, get a push day as quickly as possible, and try and get to bed at a reasonable time. Thanks for watching.